Alright guys, we're on the last set of awards here for not only the performer section, but also for the Smark Out Moment year-end awards. This is where we start talking about the three things that I guess people could kind of break down as the real anchors of WWE. The best and worst heel, best and worst babyface, best and worst superstar. So the heel, what would you say the worst heel in WWE this entire year was?
It's probably going to go to Del Rio. Like you've said several times, he just doesn't matter. And he's not intimidating. The whole John Cena thing where he was given a golden opportunity. He's an arm breaker. And he had the elbow
broken
problem.
arm.
Yeah. I'm going to break your arm! John Cena!
John Cena!
John Cena!
Peasants.
You peasants. I don't like him.
Similar boat, Jack Swagger. He does nothing with his gimmick, and he has a gimmick that should get over really well. I mean, you give somebody the idea of playing a white supremacist, kind of, and you can't do anything with that. He just stands there and he looks stupid. He looks like a mute or something.
I think
he looks like the cardboard standees that we have here when he's standing next to Antonio Cesaro and Zeb Coulter. Yeah. They have more character than Jack Swagger does.
I think on that note, Cesaro's actually a terrible heel because he's just laughing and having fun the entire time, getting the crowd behind him.
But Jack Swagger is more of a heel backstage than he is in front of the camera, because he fucks up and he pisses people off more backstage than he does with the audience. The audience couldn't care less about Jack Swagger. Management is like, will you stop smoking weed? Yeah. Will you stop getting into DUIs?
Who do you think you are, Van Damme? Stop it!
Best heel, though, of the year.
I gotta go with, let me go with the CM Punk. He had the run with The Rock, with the awesome promos, and then the whole Undertaker thing, where he made fun of a dead guy. So yeah, that's a pretty dick move.
It's hard to argue against that. The only other thing I had was the Shield.
Yeah, just Hounds of Justice.
Mostly because they've been that stand-up kind of, you can depend on them to be the heel kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And as cool as they are, the fans really love cheering for them and all that, they still get the heat. So they're good enough heels that they bypass the cool factor, and they still get booed. Just knocked out the best and worst heel, so on the opposite side of the coin, best and worst babyface. Worst.
Kofi Kingston, you bland son of a bitch. You're just useless. Useless.
Alberto Del Rio.
He was terrible too.
Yeah. you can't get over as a babyface.
You had the Orton problem when he first tried to go babyface.
Mm-hmm. Just didn't work. And you know what? I don't think it's ever going to work with Del Rio.
No.
Del Rio
just looks like a dick.
Or does too. But
yeah.
But yeah, Del Rio, he's a natural heel, but he's still not even that entertaining as a heel. I mean, he needs to try something new. And he's been the same exact character since he came into WWE.
Yeah, put on a mask.
Yeah. Beatos Karas, too, again.
Yeah.
What do you think's the best, though?
Daniel Bryan, definition of babyface. To get a crowd going when you're not even there, that's Stone Cold level, Hulk Hogan level, man. That crowd, and it might have been because it was in Washington, Triple H couldn't get a word in edgewise. Everybody in the ring with him noticed that it was happening. And he just got a grin on his face. You were this year's top babyface, hands down.
Daniel Bryan gets it for me, too. Same reasons. Daniel Bryan's the most over babyface in the audience, and there's no argument.
Yeah, you can't fight when you have when people buy in. It's the what all over again, but the yes, and it's you get a crowd going behind you like that, you can't stop.
Alright, the final award, the most important award out of all of them, probably, the Superstar of the Year. But since we do everything with the best and the worst, of course, it's not just the best Superstar of the Year, it's also the worst.
She did like Jim. Superstar!
Best and worst Superstar. I always can't crack it off like that. Who was the worst Superstar?
Having a terrible year, and could have been so much more. I'm going to go with Ryback. He's just... and it might not even be him. It could, well, reports are saying that recently it's him. But it's just because creative just kept dropping the ball with him. Dropping the balls.
Yoshi Tatsu.
Oh?
Exactly. I don't think Yoshi wrestled a single match this year. And it's not because he's injured.
Yep.
It's because nobody gives a shit. He is a waste of a paycheck at this point. And you know what? I mean, they tried something with him before. They tried to do they tried to do with Del Rio, tried to get the Latino market, try to get the Japanese market and all that. Yoshi's just not good enough for that kind of a spot.
Yep.
And they clearly don't have any use for him in anywhere else. He should be in a tag team or something if they have him getting paychecks and stuff, but they don't even pray with something like that.
He missed the Cruiserweight division by that much,
Mm-hmm.
and he would have been relevant.
But you know what? He probably wouldn't have even been...
He would have been the jobber one for that.
He would have been on the same level as Jimmy Wang Yang.
Yep.
So, shame, but Yoshi Tatsu, you need to go.
Yep.
Best Superstar of the Year.
It kind of rolls off the babyface. He's having a phenomenal year, and it's Daniel Bryan. Main eventing when he, like, the whole storyline where Orton's the face of the company, Orton's mid-carding, and Daniel Bryan's still wrapping up the show. So you're clearly the face of the company, even though the storylines and everything says otherwise. You're where the focus is. You're where the fans are investing, and if you can do that, you are a well-rounded superstar. So, D. Bryan.
R-Truth. No, I'm just kidding. Daniel Bryan.
What's up?
No, it's Daniel Bryan. Come on, it's Daniel Bryan. If you say anything other than that, you'd have to put up an argument.
For him to say that.
He won me over this year. That's the thing. If Daniel Bryan went from somebody who I thought was incredibly overrated and should have not necessarily been fired or whatever, but everybody's talking so much about him. Oh, he's so good in the ring. He's so good at that. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, I'm not seeing it. This year, I saw it.
Yep.
He's proven himself. He is the superstar of the year. He might not have been the forefront guy the entire time, but from midway through this year onward, there's nobody that can touch him at all.
More people get invested in his storylines, even if he's not the main event.
Mm-hmm.
And same thing happened with Austin. I mean, Austin wasn't always in the title picture. You had Hunter, Rock, Mankind all fighting for it. Austin could just be off punching somebody in the face, or not even on screen, and everybody's like, "What's Austin doing tonight?"
Right.
So,
congrats, Daniel Bryan. You win from both of us, and probably mostly everybody else that's out there. That is going to do us in for this year's End of the Year Awards 2013, and it's going to do us in for Smark Out Moment itself in 2013. Remember, tell us your thoughts on our choices for everything that we picked, and tell us your choices for each and every category. The votes don't count necessarily for all of the Smack Talk Awards section and all that, but still, tell us everything that you guys thought was good and bad throughout this year, and you will find all the results and everything like that listed on the same page on smarkoutmoment.com. With that being said, this has been another Smark Out Moment, and we're being counted out.
1, 2, 3! Flame on!
Nothing for Invisible Woman. Point is to look stupid anyway. So.
Yeah. I'm gonna call this the Curtis Axel. Not too perfect. Price is Right theme. Wow. Wow.
People will be like, wow, you already spent like 5 minutes doing this. Actually, I'm gonna try one more. I actually get it. Yeah, motherfucker. I can actually do
There's
it.
the intro.
Yes! Yes! You're so far away. It does feel like... Does it look like that?
Meat on the table. That's what. Fuck, man. It's stuck in my head.
What are we on now?
I feel like we're doing those. What's a T-Mobile commercial? Maybe Sprint. Where you're James L. Jones and I'm Malcolm McDowell, or vice versa.
One. There's so many words.
Don Pablo?
I said that last night.
The Smark Out Moments are filmed in front of a live video audience.
Brought to you by Don Pablo's. I had the fish tacos last night. The fish tacos are fantastic.
I'm sorry.
I washed them down with some nice water that they had. Some cornmeal spoon bread. Don Pablo's. Ad right here. Is that the Don Pablo's thing?
I went to Full House. I don't know why.
Everywhere you eat.
It's the heart. It's the heart.
You're gonna hate me later on, Tony, for editing this. Smack Talk Awards. That's what we're doing here.